Before I hit the ground, I feel strong arms around my waist, pulling me back upright. The box is taken from me. Hi, Rod! Long time no see!
Lives in a monochrome world, broken from the sight through her lonely eyes. It reflects the ocean and stars, but her cry echoes around the simple loss of love in her heart, making this whole fairy tale alive. Mirth and sorrow's tender embrace. This was never meant to happen. Of the day, the only reason you have to stay. Hear me sing my song and just keep holding on. Cinderella, why don't you stay with me tonight? We will dance until midnight comes and we could run away. Oh, we will never ever be apart. Set aside all your fears, this magic lives inside your heart. I am here, would you wanna stay with me tonight? Follow me, we will run across the bridge of fantasy. Oh, all the pain and sadness that you feel, believe in me, hold me close, don't ever let me go. Come and stay with me forever. Magic lives so long as I am here.
Sup guys, my name's Angielle and welcome back to Cinderella Phenomenon. So last where we left off, Rod did not like us being at the castle working as a personal maid, and he's like, I'll never see you as a sister. I mean, it's good in a good way, because if he sees us as a sister, yeah, we've just been sibling zoned. Anyway, yeah, Rod does not want us to help. He doesn't want to help us as well. I'm just like, Rod, we're trying here. We're trying our best. Really, we're trying to get on your good side. We're trying to make up for all the bullshit we've done, even though Lucette needs to sincerely mean it. She just wants to do it just to break her curse, but she's trying. But Emmeline is so cute. Anyway, let us continue. Oh, I should also inform that I have fruits next to me, so I'll probably be eating it during my playthrough. So if you hear any munching, I'm sorry, I'm munching on fruits. And if you happen to hear any banging, my parents just like wanted construction done around the house, so you're gonna hear lots of banging if possible, because I'm hearing it right now. Anyways, let's finally continue. It has been more than a week since Rod and I returned to the marching. He has been avoiding me ever since that day. Okay. Not that we have much cause to be around each other now. I'm constantly on my feet preparing for Emmeline's ball. This is ridiculous. Better to be busy than bored, princess. Oh yeah, and I forgot to add that Delora is with us. In her doll form, too. I stopped for a moment to better balance the pile of fabrics that I am carrying. One of the maids has ordered me to bring this to a designated room so that it can be sorted out. I am being reduced to fetching and carrying, and have made no progress on accomplishing my first good deed. I doubt that simply following orders from the other maids will help me get my first good deed. I feel like shuffling in my pocket, and then notice Delora peeking her porcelain face out. Better to obey rather than disobey, at least. You're not going to get a good deed being stubborn. Anyway, you've got to put yourself out there a bit more, princess. You can't just do whatever is convenient for you. That's not good. Delora has been no help at all. Wait, I recognize this place. Isn't this where your room is? I stop in front of the door to my old bedroom. Ever since I came here, I have been ignoring this room, not wanting to see what the king did to it during my absence. Do you not want to go in? Why should I? It is not as if it's my room anymore. Oh, you're no fun. Are you curious about how it's changed? I would be lying if I said that I wasn't. I guess a little peek would not hurt. Oh, I step into the room and close the door behind me. It is like stepping into the past. The room is exactly as I left it. It seems completely untouched. Excuse me. Allergies. Moments later, Dolores is standing before me in her human form. It looks like someone's been dusting in here. Strange, considering no one should remember who this room even belongs to. Is it Fritz? Is it Fritz cleaning this room? Please tell me Fritz is the one cleaning the room. Or wait! Oh, maybe it's Mythros. I mean, he is kind of creepy, but I wouldn't mind him cleaning the room. That's good. That's nice of him. I glance around, eyes wide. Everything looks the same. I put the fabrics that I am carrying down on my bed and make my way to the shelf where my dolls are displayed. My eyes pause on a specific doll. Ooh. This one was not here before. Delora raises an eyebrow. Maybe you just don't remember that one because she wasn't very memorable? You do have a lot of dolls after all. No. I know each of my dolls by name. This one is definitely new. She looks very similar to the dolls I saw at Oh crap. I forgot how to pronounce her name. I know one of you in the comments told me how to pronounce it. So just give me a moment. I'll just let me just see how I can pronounce it. Thank you for helping me pronounce it though. I need to remember how it was pronounced though. Okay, so I think it's pronounced as Viorica. Not Viorica, Viorica or something like that. Please tell me if I'm pronouncing it right because I really do want to get the name pronunciations right. I saw Viorica's shop. Sorry. I quickly turn at the sound of the doorknob. My eyes move to Delora, but she has already turned into a doll and tucked herself into a corner of the shelf with the rest of my dolls. Emmeline! Emmeline stands in the doorway, eyeing me curiously. Rena, what are you doing here? I made a mistake and thought I was supposed to bring these fabrics here. I hope she does not see through my lie. Emmeline shakes her head, smiling. It is not your fault, Rena. You're still getting used to the palace and its many rooms. I got lost here all the time when I first arrived, too. This room is interesting, though. Father expressly ordered that it be kept clean, but otherwise undisturbed. Why would he say that? Oh, so it's the dad. I wonder why. He won't say why, but apparently this room is very special to him. Maybe it belonged to someone he cherished. Cherished? What a joke. Still, I cannot help but feel hope at her suggestion. I don't think Father would like either of us being in here. We should leave soon. I only came here to put a ribbon on one of the dolls. One of the dolls? Yes, I put one of my dolls here. She walks past me to pick up the doll I did not recognize. I bought this. I know Emmeline always visited Viorica, but I did not think she liked dolls. She always preferred receiving and buying books, so why does she have this doll? Do you like dolls? Well, I mean, I don't mind them, but I don't usually buy them for myself, no. So why did you buy this one? Emmeline looks at the doll with a sad smile and shakes her head. I'm not sure. I bought it as a gift, I remember that much. I was going to give it to someone who liked dolls. Someone I wanted to befriend. Oh, she bought a doll. I recommend before Lucette was cursed, I recommend that she bought the doll to be friends with her. Oh my gosh, I want to hug this girl. She's so pure and precious. Man, I really wanted Lucette to be nice to her because no, she seems too sweet. Lucette kind of does need to lighten up though. I want her to be friends. I want them to be friends. Why can't we be friends? Okay. Anyway. I don't know why, but it feels right to leave the doll here until I can remember whom I was meant to give her to. Emmeline is silent for a moment before she turns to me with a bright smile. I know you have a delivery to make, but could you come with me to the palace entrance first? Mother is still busy talking with the cook, so the fabrics can wait. I resist the urge to glare at her. She better not be dragging me around to do yet more errands. I'm expecting a delivery and I might need your help. I thought so. I have no choice but to nod. Of course. I begrudgingly follow Emmeline toward the entrance, and there I see the delivery carriage. A familiar person stands beside it. Viorica! Emmeline pulls Viorica into a tight hug. I turn my attention away to glare at the number of boxes at the back of the carriage. Oh my, it must be a lot of boxes. I will no doubt have to help carry them inside. How are the preparations for the ball coming? Emmeline's smile seemed forced at first, but then eases into something softer. It's going well, I suppose. How about the wedding? Desmond and I have finalized the date. It'll be 2 days after your ball. I can't wait to see you in your wedding dress. I can't wait either. I can't wait to see the guy you're marrying. It's gonna be great. These two always talk so much when they get together. I ignore their chatter as I walk up to the carriage to observe the boxes piled inside. What is in the boxes? Oh! Viorica reaches out to grab one. She hands it to me. I am helping with the ball decorations. I came by with part of the order today. Part of it? Careful, it's a bit heavy. I take the box from her hands and nearly stumble. This is heavy! Emily should have the male servants do this. Queen Ophelia placed quite a large order. I brought the more fragile decorations first. Oh, the glass bulbs and vases? I grit my teeth as I shift the box in my arms in an attempt to make it easier to hold. I thought you worked at a toy shop? Yes, but we also have aisles dedicated specifically to party decorations. What kind of toy shop is that? Rena, will you be alright? I feel annoyance simmer within me. I am obviously not alright. Emily reaches out to help me with the box. Oh, come on, man. I don't want your notifications right now. Sorry. Anyway, Emily reaches out to help me with the box, but she is too late. I've only taken one step forward when the box slides and I stumble. I manage to cradle it in my arms, but the weight is too much for me. Before I hit the ground, I feel strong arms around my waist, pulling me back upright. The box is taken from me. Hi, Rod! Long time no see! My heart and mind are racing, and for a moment, I cannot comprehend what has just happened. Are you alright? Rod? I glance to the side and am shocked to see Rod standing there. The expression on his face gives nothing away, but with our close distance, I can see some flicker of emotion in his bright eyes. Concern? I am... Rena? I'm so sorry! Are you okay? Rod pushes me and I stumble forward, almost tripping on the ground. He raises an eyebrow at me. Know your limits, Rena. You were concerned about me for a few seconds earlier. Stop acting you're not concerned for me right now. I glare at him as anger begins to bubble up in my chest. Huh. Tell him off? Or stay silent? Well, we're saving first. Anyway. I want to tell him off. I really do. I honest to God want to tell him off. You know what? Let's tell him off and see what happens. Pushing people like that is not something a good prince would do. I do not bother to hide the anger in my voice. It was a nudge. Still, that was very cruel of you, Your Highness. Anger flares up in Rod's eyes as he takes a step toward me. Oh, look who's talking. Rod, stop that. Rod turns away from Emmeline, ignoring her. Viorica, what are you doing here? I think that wasn't the right choice, but good. It was good to tell him off. I was kind of pissed, you know. We're gonna go back to the other choice, so I'll be right back. Alright, we'll stay silent then. Fine, have it your way. I clench my fists and take a deep breath to try and calm myself. I will not stoop to his level. He is the one being cruel here, not me. That was the right choice. Okay. You shouldn't have stubbornly tried to carry something that was too heavy for you. I will not take responsibility of you if you get hurt. Rod, you shouldn't be angry with her for trying to help me. It was my fault for giving her something so heavy. Viorica, what are you doing here? Rod's voice is still cold. Viorica looks startled by his tone. I only came to deliver some of the decorations for the ball. And you thought Emmeline and her maid could carry these things on their own. Rod, this is not her fault. I'm the one who chose to bring Rana with me. I underestimated the size of the delivery. Viorica was just delivering the supplies. At least she admits her mistakes. I never thought Rod would be so stubborn. Emmeline's expression softens as she looks at her brother. She looks sad. Rod ignores her and picks up the box that I had been carrying. He begins to walk away before he suddenly stops and glances back at me. Come on. Rod? We're going to call some servants to carry these boxes in. He turns around and begins to walk away. I am Emmeline's personal maid, not his. I glance at Emmeline, who nods her head. I really am so sorry. Thank you for helping my brother, Rena. I curtsy ever so slightly before running after Rod. Rod, wait! He picks up his pace as if trying to lose me. I turn the corner and barely stop myself before running right into Rod's back. What now? Why are you so angry at me today? I have barely even spoken to you. Your mere presence is enough to darken my mood. Well, yeah, I'm not gonna say that to a kid. Anyway, thanks a lot, bro. That really lightens my mood. I glare at him and cross my arms. Funny, you call me cruel, but right now you are worse than I ever was. I don't need someone who hasn't even managed a single good deed to lecture me. Well, you're supposed to help me. What the hell are you doing? I have to try very hard to resist the urge to slap him. Please don't slap him. You're supposed to help me get a good deed. As I said before, I never agreed to this. I still refuse to help you. Rod starts walking again and I hurry after him. I cannot help but recall how cold he was with Viorica earlier. I thought they were friends, but he treated her like this at the toy shop too. Why were you so angry with Viorica earlier? No reason. I raise an eyebrow when Rod quickly answers the question. You're hiding something. Do you like Viorica? Then you are cold for no reason. You have such a princely disposition. Rod frowns, but has no rebuttal for my words. You must be generally cold and unfriendly. Excuse me? That would explain why you treated Viorica as you did. I had thought that you two were childhood friends. Viorica was always closer with Emmeline than with me. We may have been friendly once, but we've since become distant. Distant? It is none of your business. I pause as we pass by my door, remembering that I left both the fabrics and Delora inside. I make my way toward the door and open it. What are you doing? None of your business. Enjoyed your field trip? I frown when I see her sitting on my bed in human form. What would you have done if it wasn't me? Us witches have a sense for these things. Delora? Rod slowly enters the room. I forgot how Sebby's voice was. Fuck. Is it squeaky? Is it squeaky? I don't know. I'm gonna make it squeaky. It's nice to see you here, Lady Delora. Jesus Christ, that's so pitchy. Nice to see you too, little Sebby. Why are you here? Delora shrugs as she inspects her nails. I thought I would help the princess here since someone doesn't seem very willing. Anyway, Rod furrows his eyebrows at her. I'm sorry, I'm mean. I didn't... Yes, I know. You didn't sign up for this. But do you really think you have a choice, Rod? Delora looks at Rod pointedly. You know the consequences if this fails. Rod looks away, expression conflicted. Consequences? What are you talking about? Consequences for not helping me with my curse? Rod sighs heavily before turning back to Delora. He does not pay attention to me. I am not the right person for this. Doesn't matter what you think. The princess thought you were. So suck it up and do your job. Please tell him, Delora. At least help me for once. You got nothing to say. Rod is silent for a few moments before he finally faces me, looking resigned. I will help you then, but don't expect me to change my opinions of you. I shrug at him. It's not like I was expecting you to in the first place. Delora grins with clear triumph. Good talk. Rod sighs. In order to achieve your good deeds, you're going to need to mend what you broke before. I feel I already know what he's going to say. My sister has always wanted to be your friend, so you must do just that. Show her kindness, and you may be able to get your first good deed through her. Show her kindness, huh? Delora decides to stay in my room for the time being, saying that she believes Rod will be able to help me for now. Later, I make my way to the dining room with the fabrics and see Emmeline and Ophelia inside. Rana! I see you have the fabric. Thank you. Ophelia takes the topmost sample of fabric and begins to inspect it as Emmeline walks up to me. Where's Rod? He returned to his studies. Oh, right. He has history lessons today, and I am yet to finish my history homework, which is due tomorrow. As Emmeline muses aloud, I ponder what Rod told me earlier. I must become Emmeline's friend, but is that really a good deed? Yes! Yes! You gotta be friends with her! Please! I want to see you two be friends! I hope Rod didn't send the servants out before he went back to his room. I wanted to tell him that Viorica and I had already called on guards to bring the boxes inside. Maybe he decided to start his lessons earlier so that he could make your dance lesson this evening. Dance lesson? Father wanted to hire the best dance instructor in Angielle, but I honestly feel more comfortable with Rod teaching me. He's a good dancer, so Father has allowed it. That is a surprise. I did not know Rod could dance. Ooh. He used to prefer singing, but then... I'm giving the wrong voices to the wrong people. I'm sorry. Ophelia trails off. I know that she is talking about the Fairytale Curse, but I do not expect her to divulge such information to a maid like me. Like myself. He decided to focus on his dancing for the past few months. Ophelia glances down at the fabrics, then looks up and smiles at me. Rena, would you mind helping me with this? I obediently walk over to the fabrics Ophelia wants me to look through. They are apparently samples for the tablecloth that will be used during the ball. This is going to be a long day. Oh well, suck it up and learn. Rod comes immediately to the throne room after his history lessons to start on his dance lessons with Emmeline. I am only standing here because it is my responsibility as her personal maid to watch over her as she practices. Ooh, excuse me. I watch as she steps out of rhythm and Rod sighs at her. You're doing it wrong. That's the 10th time. Sorry. Again. They start from the beginning, and I am unable to stifle my own sigh when Emmeline messes up the same step again. This would make the 11th time. I really am terrible at this. Would you rather have the royal dance instructor teach you? He has more experience teaching than I do. Oh no, I really do want you to teach me, Rod. I'm sorry that I'm such a slow learner. You're always good at everything. Singing, dancing, cooking. Prince Rod cooks? Yes, Rod does cook. He's very good at it. You didn't have to tell her that, Em. Does it really matter? I love bragging about how talented my little brother is. It's adorable. I see a tinge of pink in Rod's cheeks as he turns away. Okay, that's cute. Okay, he's being cute. Is he embarrassed? Emmeline looks down at the floor. Her smile is smaller. I wish I was as talented as you, Rod. I had always thought Emmeline was overly optimistic. She always seemed to bounce back with a smile, no matter how many times I pushed her away. Now I cannot help but reconsider that thought. Still, seeing her like this only irritates me. Pitying yourself will get you nowhere. Not everyone can be perfect at everything when they first start out. I remember when Mother gave me similar lessons. She was always such a harsh teacher, and she hated when I showed weakness in front of her. She made me keep practicing until I had perfected whatever it was she wanted me to do. Failure was never an option. I never had time for self-pity. Instead of feeling sorry for yourself, just try harder. Let failure inspire you to do better. Rena, that was... She's right, Rod. Instead of complaining, I should be working harder. I let out an exasperated sigh and crossed my arms. You always look at your feet whenever you reach the underarm turn. Instead, focus on counting your steps and let Prince Rod lead you. Worrying too much on your next step is what puts you off rhythm. Emmeline stares at me. Can you dance, Rena? I can. Why? Wow, that's amazing! There's nothing amazing about my being able to dance. Her praise makes me embarrassed regardless. Maybe I can learn faster seeing someone else do the dance first. What are you talking about? Oh, it's time for us to hook up. Emmeline is being the hooker-upper. I'm joking, I'm sorry. It might be easier to copy the steps if I can have someone perform them first. She turns to me suddenly, eyes bright. Would you help me? I am meant to assist Emmeline in any way that I can, but dancing with her brother? Surely a low maid should not be doing this. Safe. Being as I want to be her friend, I will accept it. After all, I do want to see them dance together and finally maybe spark a little bit of love in this. Well, if I do accept, at least I can prove that I am the better dancer than Rod. Ooh, it's gonna be a competition, isn't it? I'm joking. Besides, I'm supposed to be listening to Emmeline, no matter how absurd her requests are. If that is what you want. Really? Emmeline rushes up to me and takes my hand in hers. Thank you, Rana. I thought it might be an awkward request, but I'm so happy you've agreed to this. I turn to look at Rod, who is glowering at me. I am not dancing with her. She might step on my feet. Well, if you keep up with that attitude, I will step on your feet. Emmeline gives him a disapproving look. Rod, please? Rod eyes me warily. I step toward him and offer my hand. Shall we? Rod scowls at me for a few moments before finally taking my hand. Yeah, we're dancing! I put my hand on his shoulder, and he places his hand on the small of my back. Rod looks at me, but quickly averts his gaze. Well, this is kind of awkward for him, so at least we're kind of hooking up. Is something wrong? I didn't think I would ever have to dance with you, is all. Neither did I. Rod looks at me again. This time he has an uncomfortable scowl on his face. He is not the only uncomfortable one here. We both start dancing, and I mentally start counting the steps. It has been a long time since I danced with anyone, but the steps come to me naturally. The dance is rather simple. While Rod and I move stiffly, I cannot help but notice his careful footwork. I realize that Rod really is a pretty decent dancer. Of course, I would never openly admit that. When we stop, I hear Emmeline clapping her hands as she looks at the both of us in awe. You really are a good dancer. Thank you so much for showing me the steps. Now I know for sure what to do during that part. I just shrug at her before stepping back into the corner. Did we not get a point for that? Well, you know what? I'm going to leave it as is because I want to be Emmeline's friend. So, Emmeline takes her position in front of Rod once more. This time, she has a bright smile on her face. I cannot believe something as simple as that has made her so happy. At the end of the day, Emmeline has managed to do the steps correctly. She tells me many times how grateful she is for the help. After practice, I return to my room and retire to bed. I think about how happy Emmeline was. How can such small things make a person so happy? Oh, dreams. You stepped out of rhythm again, Raina. But Mother, this is really hard. A princess never complains. You must perfect this waltz by tomorrow. Otherwise, I will not allow you to play with your dolls for the day. But if you have time for objections, you have time to push yourself harder. Now, once again from the top. Oh God, our mom's a dick! Anyway, the following days are uneventful. Emmeline continues her dance lessons with Rod. Her steps are still far from perfect, but I can tell that she has improved since my demonstration with Rod. Meanwhile, Rod still chooses to ignore me most of the time, though I have noticed that he is less cold than usual. Well, thank God for that. At least he does not snap at me for no good reason anymore. Though Dolores is no longer assisting me, she insists on staying in my room more often. She says that there is something important she wants to investigate, and I cannot even guess what it might be. I prefer not having her around anyway. Her constant chattering makes it difficult to focus on anything. Right now, I am still trying to figure out how I can achieve my first good deed. Almost 3 months have passed since I was first cursed, but I have yet to complete my first good deed. These are my thoughts as I head back to my sleeping quarters after dinner that night. Emmeline excused me long ago, insisting that I go on to my own room before she went to hers. I am walking down the hallway when I notice Rod heading down a familiar path. I follow after him. Are you going to the march-in? Rod jumps and turns around. The surprise in his face quickly fades into annoyance. Don't do that again. And no, not today. Since I came here, I found out that Rod occasionally sneaks out of the palace at night through the secret passageway to go to the margin. Even now, I am still confused as to why he goes there. He said before that he had given up on breaking his curse, which makes me wonder why he still visits. It also makes me wonder why he would refuse to break his curse in the first place. Is he okay with being the way that he is, or is his curse just really difficult to break? Why were you cursed, Rod? I am not answering that question. Why? I cannot help you break your curse if you refuse to tell me anything. This is kind of like with Karma, but it's kind of different from him. They both have secrets, but we can't really know until we get used to it. I told you before that I do not need your help. But I chose you as my partner. You help me, and I help you. It is highly likely that breaking Rod's curse will also count for a good deed. Rod scowls at me and crosses his arms. I'm afraid that isn't how this works at all. The sound of footsteps keeps me from coming back with a retort. We both turn to see Sir Alcaster approaching us. Fuck you! Oh, fuck me too. This is great. Prince Rod, good evening. Good evening, Sir Alcaster. Sir Alcaster turns to me and raises an eyebrow. Shouldn't you be attending to Princess Emmeline? Rod silences me with a look. He moves to stand in front of me, shielding me from Sir Alcaster's gaze. We were just about to go to her. Let's go, Raina. Rod strides away and I quickly curtsy to Sir Alcaster before following after Rod. I can still feel Sir Alcaster's eyes on my back as I walk away. I try my best to suppress a shudder. Ugh. Rod and I walk through the hallway in silence. We both stop in our tracks when we hear the clattering of silverware. I look around and realize that the sound has come from behind a set of doors that is slightly open. The dining hall? Oh no! That's Emmeline's voice. We do not see Emmeline when we enter the room, but there is a dizzying array of cutlery set out on the table. Emmeline? Emmeline surprises us both by crawling out from beneath the table. She flashes us an embarrassed smile as she gets to her feet, holding several forks and knives in her hands. What are you doing here? You should be getting ready for bed. Sorry. I have the silverware on the table. I thought I could practice before I sleep today. It has already been an incredibly long day for her, and she's still doing this. I watched as Emmeline put the cutlery back onto the table in the wrong places. You need to rest, Em. I will after I practice the placement one last time. She smiles at him before returning to the table. I don't know why a person would need so much cutlery. 1 fork, 1 spoon, and 1 knife should be more than enough for any meal. And all these glasses! If I recall correctly, this one is for water, this one is for red wine, and this one is for white wine. Oh. Point out her mistake or give her the correct answers? I'll just say first. Okay, as a good friend would do, I think... Wait, should I give her the correct answers? Or point out her mistakes? I'm trying to do something good here. I would like to give her the correct answers, but I should point out her mistakes so she can actually try and get it right. Should I give her the correct answers? Let's see what happens. That flute is for the champagne. The other is for sherry. Oh, right. But there are 2 more. The other is for juice, and the other glass is for dessert wine. The dessert wine glass will only be used during the dessert course. And the juice glass is only used when juice is being served as a course. Otherwise, it is placed next to the water goblet. I see. I see Rod staring at me out of the corner of his eyes. His lips twitch before he turns back to his sister. It looked like he was about to smile. Hey, got a point. Then what are these for? Emmeline points out to the group of forks in front of her. You use those every day, Your Highness. You should know the answer. Emmeline points them as she rattles off names. Dinner fork, fish fork, salad. Correct. You know so much about etiquette, too. You're really incredible, Rana. You make a better noblewoman than I do. Even if I told her I was a noble, it's not as if she would believe me. I just read a lot about all of these things. You read and know enough to put them into practice? That's amazing. Especially since you haven't even been with us so long, right, Rod? Rod shrugs. He does not, much to my surprise, disagree. Perhaps you should be my teacher, Rena. I can learn so quickly from you. Emmeline quickly straightens out the cutlery. Now that I think about it, I've come to realize that Emmeline is much more than she appeared to be. It is probably because I am forced to spend so much time with her as her maid. She is different. She is flawed and not as conceited and more humble than I had originally thought. Maybe I should try lending her a hand. I may not be one of your tutors, but if you need help with your lessons, just ask me and I will do what I can for you. Prena? I glance at Rod, who is once again wearing that expression of surprise. I shift my attention to Emmeline once again. You have only 1 month left to prepare, and as your personal maid, I feel it my responsibility to help you in whatever ways I can. Rena. Emmeline wipes her eyes with the back of her hand, and that's when I notice something glistening on her cheeks. Is she crying? You are extremely kind, Rena. Thank you. I will definitely take you up on that offer. I am still looking at Emmeline when I catch a faint glow coming from the pendant on my chest. Oh, we did a good deed! I had a feeling. Really? What just happened? Oh, what a pretty necklace you have, Rena. Thank you. Anyway, for now, I think the both of us would benefit from some sleep. After escorting Emmeline back to her room, I walk out into the hallway in a daze. What was that light? It seems like you actually managed to obtain your first good deed. I did not know he was still there. I look down at my pendant, astonished at what I see. First part, we need 2 more. A piece of the glass slipper? I gingerly touch the new piece that is hanging next to my existing glass slipper pendant. It is real! You're not too bad after all. Did he just compliment me? What? Rod turns away. Oh, he's smiling! He was smiling just now. I didn't even catch that. Nothing. He walks away, leaving me alone with my thoughts. Chapter 5, Secrets. Alright, we're halfway there! Woo! Should I read this dream? Actually, no. I think that's a good stopping point for today. We will continue more of Cinderella phenomenon in the next video. Gosh, at least we got our first good deed. We're halfway there. Rod is starting to slightly warm up to us since we managed to get our first good deed with Emmeline. We're starting to be friends with Emmeline. This is great. Everything's going well so far. But, yeah, we'll continue more in the next video. So, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you guys would like to see more of my videos, then click subscribe. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!